Number one tip for world building: build a map. Boom. This is going to help you out so much for all of your creative writing and for all of the different tabletop games that you might want to play, right? Maps will spark your imagination, right? Obviously, if you're going to be writing a fantasy novel or make some sort of campaign for D&D or something like that, that's what I do. I make D&D campaigns. Love it. Anyways, you're going to want to build a map first. That's going to be your number one priority. And here is why. So maps tell stories just on their own. That's literally what they do. And it's awesome. Like, for instance, right here, right? We got this kind of torn up looking thing, it's all torn up. And it tells a story, right? Maybe this is a place where there's like a lot of bad guys, and you got to like rescue someone or something like that. I don't mean to use that common trope of, you got to go rescue the princess, but it just lends itself to a story, right? You could do, like you get lost out in the woods, or maybe you're shipwrecked and you got to march all the way back to civilization through like the worst part of the map. It just lends itself to a story. There's all kinds of potential there. Another good spot with a lot of potential in this map is down here. We got this sort of enclosed looking valley, probably a high valley, just because like, it's kind of like deserty or whatever. Maybe there's a society that lives here that's really cloistered, that's really, far away from everything else. And maybe they're trying to build like this sort of like utopian society, but then as soon as you leave, you realize that it's not really a utopian society at all, right? Maybe they're at war with these people over here. Right, and these people over here, they could be like, forest people, or like the Vikings or something, or they could be like an elven community that lives along the river, and they're at war with these guys, and there's all kinds of conflict. And then even though the characters from over here, they leave and they figure out like these are actually the good guys and they're the bad guys, there's a lot of potential there. And the last spot I want to talk about is this one right here. This is probably my favorite spot on the map. This itty bitty bitty little spot right here. And the reason why it is my absolute favorite spot is if I zoom out here, you guys can see that all three of these subcontinents, this one up here, this one right here, and this one over here, they all meet at this one point. And that makes that point very, very important, right? It has access to this giant bay, and the Northern Ocean, as well as the Southern Ocean, because, you can travel up this, go through this lake, and then bam, you're there, right? So this spot, everyone would want, and maybe these people over here also have claimant to that, but then these people over here have recently attacked that spot, or the people down here really want it really badly, so they're attacking it. It could be like a free-for-all, and maybe there's like an old fortress that's like half ruined and half like rebuilt and just sort of like a modge podge of like, different styles of fortifications. Or maybe it's like a neutral city that tries to balance out the power of all three of the nations that surround it. It's up to you guys, but it sparks ideas, and that's the important part. I know with me, it's nearly impossible to come up with a lot of good material without first making a map. All right, guys, well, I hope you found this video super helpful. And if you did, press that like button. If you liked it a lot, leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. All right, guys. Have a good one.